I think people are starting to realise how difficult it is to reduce carbon emissions in transport, especially to get anywhere near net zero. The reason that the Colindale project is a great example of reducing carbon in transport infrastructure is that it's a heavily regulated sector. There isn't often a lot of wiggle room to try new things out, to do things differently. And I think we've really pushed the boat out. We've been brave, we've taken risks. We reduced the carbon in our materials by 12%, but also we made a 36% reduction in the carbon related to the operational energy. We're also using what for London Underground are quite new materials. We're using glued laminated timber, so structural wood to support the roof. It's something that has a similar strength to weight ratio as steel, and obviously it has much less carbon involved in it. People might ask why we aren't doing this on every project, and the reality is it's hard. You have to take risks, you have to use novel materials, novel methods, and actually there is a lot of resistance to that. It increases the risk. It might mean that the asset that we get doesn't look like some of the assets that we currently maintain, and actually that doesn't add complexity. It might increase costs in the short term, but actually there is that carbon benefit. And if we stay still, we'll never get to a position where we are meeting that net zero challenge. So it was challenging, but by kind of getting everyone on board with the message of why we're doing this and what the benefits are, all of that was part of the messaging to get these carbon outcomes at Colindale. I think in the future, carbon will be ingrained in everything that we do, quite rightly. And I think now is the challenge. It is new, it requires new thinking, it requires new skills that many civil engineers didn't train with and maybe don't have. But that shouldn't be a barrier. Everyone can and must reduce carbon emissions. And I hope that examples like Colindale provide some material and some ideas for people to use on their projects.